Hello and good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. I hope everybody is doing great today. It's Friday, of course. You have made it to your weekend. Today, I just want to encourage everybody. Um, and I just wanted to come in and talk about when will you learn? There's so many people who knock their head against the wall. They do so many things. And the question is, when will you learn? We all know these type of people. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's you yourself. And you maybe don't want to admit it because it's true that when you're doing something, you don't want to admit, especially if you have a problem, if you need to work on something. It takes a lot of humility to accept when you need to learn from something. But the question that I wanted to ask to the audience, to all my viewers, to all you out there is, when will you learn? When will you stop making the same mistakes over and over again? Hey, Charlene, good morning. Happy Friday to you. Happy weekend. Yes, we all know people who keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. It's like a scratch record. It's like new day, a new day, and it's still the same stuff. Hey, Vondi, welcome. How are you? Happy Friday. It's like some people, they never learn from their mistakes. They still keep making the excuses. It doesn't matter if it's a year later, 10 years later, 20 years later, they're still doing the same things that get them into the same situations. So, the question that I want to ask to you guys, when will people learn? When will people learn from their mistakes, and why do people keep making the same mistakes over and over again? I think at the root cause, most people do not believe that they're making a mistake. The majority of people out there keep making the same decisions because they think that what they're doing is okay. And we have to realize that our actions have consequences. You know, you can hurt people for years, for the rest of their lives, because of a decision that you make, especially in a family. Because whether we believe it or not, you really affect the people around you. You affect them in a good way or a bad way. So the question is, do why don't people learn from their mistakes? Why do they keep making the same mistakes? Why do they keep doing things that hurt you? I really believe that some people are just selfish and they only care about themselves and their own interests. Yeah, and it's especially hurtful when it's a family member that keeps doing things that hurts your feelings, that's mean, that's or just bad decisions in general, and then waiting for you to bail them out. They're waiting for you to be the person to help them fix what they messed up. And that's just not going to work. At a certain point, we have to let people make their own mistakes and then live with the consequences of their actions. Not everybody's actions, is in line with you having to be around them. You have to let people make their own mistakes. You have to let people fall. You can't always be a solution, an answer, a bailout, or the person that they call every time something goes wrong. They never call you when things are going right in their life. It's only they call you when they're having money problems or they have a breakup or something bad. They only are calling during those times. So we have to learn within ourselves that if it's your family member, if it's your friend, you have to do what's involved in really loving a person is you have to give those people some room to grow. You have to give people room to grow, room to mature. Hey, James, happy Friday. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you're doing great. Hey, Paula, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Yes, you have to give people room. You have to give people some room to grow, room to mature. And I wish that I had learned this many, many years ago. You have to give people room and space to grow. You have to give people room to mature, to make their own decisions, to make their own mistakes. You can't save people. And I think sometimes when you are on an elevation plane and you're doing good things with your life, you want that for the people around you also. You want people to succeed. You want people to grow. You want people to mature. But not everybody is in that place where they want to. We want people to grow up. We want people to mature. We want people to be successful. Well, I can say most people. Not everybody has good motives. Some people don't want you to succeed, but the majority of people out there, they want to see people win. You want to see people do good with their lives. But we have to learn also that you can't be a doormat. You can't let people run all over you. You can't let people keep hurting your feelings and use you and abuse you and not treat you right. And you just keep coming back for more and more and more. Same to you, Charlene. Yes, we have to learn. It's part of maturity that we have to learn, learn from our mistakes, learn from the situations. But there are some lessons that you can learn from your mistakes. So I found this information and I'm going to share it with you. So these are 40 lessons that you can learn from your mistakes. How you can benefit. It can deepen our knowledge. Sometimes when you go through a situation and you're around something or something was not really good for you or people weren't really good for you, it deepens your knowledge. It helps you have a better way of thinking about the situation because life can do either two things to you. It can be a hindrance or it can be a blessing to you. But it is a personal choice what you choose. You can choose to learn and grow from situations and problems, or you can just let it overtake you and you can be mad and bitter for the rest of your life. Hey, Angela. Good morning. How are you? Happy Friday. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, we have to learn from our mistakes. You have to learn. And that's why I made this topic. When will you learn? When will you learn? So many people keep making the same bad choices. If today and tomorrow and another day, you keep getting the same results and nothing is improving in your life, it shows you, it's teaching you that you need to change something either about yourself, the people that you're around, but you can't keep making the same decisions. You can't keep hanging around the same people who are going nowhere. If your associates, if the people that you are around are not doing things, they're not improving, they're negative, that is what you're going to receive from your life. We have to want an improvement first for ourselves, for our lives to change. We have to want better for ourselves. And the sad part is that some people do not want to succeed. Some people don't want to win, and they don't want to see you win either. They want to see your downfall. They want to see you in pain. They want to see you hurting. I hope it gets better for you, Angela. It's just unbelievable how some people just never learn from their mistakes. And it also teaches us how to recognize changing circumstances. Sometimes what you need to learn from your mistake is whatever it was, and see it for what it was, and don't gloss it over. Don't make excuses. Say, this wasn't a good choice. I should not have done this. I should not have been around that. So you have to be accountable for your actions in order for you to make changes. And mistakes also teaches us a valuable lesson of forgiveness. We have to learn to not only forgive ourselves, we have to learn to forgive whoever the offenders are, just for ourselves, in our personal growth, in healing our emotional, spiritual, and mental health. We have to forgive and let go of those things. Because if we don't, we're always going to be mad, sad, angry, and bitter for our entire lives. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it to be upset. It's not worth it to be mad. It's not worth it. You deserve so much better than just being angry. When are you going to choose joy and happiness as your portion? I have seen people 50, 60, 70 years old, and they're still angry and bitter about what happened to them when they were 19 years old. We have to learn that lesson. We have to learn the lesson of forgiveness, not for them. And what I didn't understand when I was younger, I always used to be mad because of what somebody did, because of an injustice, because they caused some type of pain, some type of hurt, heartache. And I thought it was that you were excusing the behavior of somebody else. And you're not. When you forgive, you are allowing yourself to have peace. You're giving yourself peace as your portion. If you identify peace as what you want to receive, and you know that you are deserving of that peace, then you can more easily forgive others, because you are giving yourself the right to be able to have peace in your life, because you deserve that. Yes, Angela, forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness is the key to so many things in our life. And until we learn to forgive, until we learn to let go, until we learn that we have to stop making the same decisions, if you keep making bad decisions, then that's what you're going to receive. We have to understand that you can't keep making bad decisions. You can't keep hanging around the same people. You can't keep having the same situations and circumstances and then expecting to get different results. We have to want better for ourselves. We have to change whatever it is. If it's not working, if relationships aren't working, if relationships are poisonous and toxic to us, we have to learn to let those go. We have to learn to let people and things and circumstances that is beyond our control, we have to let those things go so that we can have peace. And I keep asking myself, when will you learn? When will people learn? When will you learn that you deserve to be happy? When will you learn that you deserve to have peace of mind? When will you learn to forgive yourself? That's a whole word in itself. Self forgiveness. People beat up themselves their entire life because of a decision that they made when they were a child, or something beyond their control. If it was beyond your control, you have to learn to let that go. You can't keep punishing yourself because of what somebody else did to you. You had no control of that. Or also, maybe if you did something, maybe it caused others pain. You have to learn to let that go as well. You have to learn to let that go so that you can receive peace of mind. You deserve that. Yes, we have to let it go. Let go whatever is holding you hostage, whatever pain, whatever hurt, whatever it was, whatever mistake that you made. You can't keep beating up yourself for whatever it was. In that way you can receive peace of mind. You can sleep at night because it's true sometimes all of the things that you keep beating up yourself for, it causes you to have those restless sleep. Sometimes you won't even be able to eat because it's just eating you alive, the situation, the problem, the person. Peace is great and you can enjoy other things. I love peace, happiness, and joy. That darkness is for the bats. I am a bird that loves to fly and breathe the light. That's amazing, Paula. Yeah, we have to want that for ourselves. Like Paula says that she loves peace, happiness, and joy. And that's where you have to get in your own life. Nobody can give you peace. Nobody can give you joy. Nobody can give you forgiveness but you. You have to be willing to open up and be ready to open up that and receive it. Receive it 100%. We have to receive forgiveness. We have to receive peace. We have to receive blessings because a lot of times we hold ourselves back from getting blessings because we're too busy being bitter. We're too busy being angry. We're too busy being selfish, thinking the whole world revolves around us. And that's not true. The world does not revolve around you. We also have to think about other people. And in the forgiveness aspect, we can't allow other people to allow us to stay hostage in a present circumstance. So they don't want good for you, but you keep hanging around them, but you keep staying in a toxic relationship, either romantic or spiritual or physical or at a job. You're staying in a situation with people and things that is not bringing you elevation. It's not encouraging you. It's not making you feel good about yourself. And we have to understand that when we love ourselves, when we want the best for ourselves, we have to make good and wise decisions. And those good and wise decisions involves, am I being respected? Am I being cared for? Am I being loved? Am I being given the appreciation that I deserve? We have to recognize that as well. We can't always, give. At a certain point, we have to receive. You have to receive love from others. You can't only give love. You know, it's a circle. It's a circle. You give love and you receive it back. It's a ping pong effect. If you keep always giving, but you never receive, that's why you'll feel so depleted, so empty, hollow inside. Everybody needs to receive love. And if you are the only one in a relationship giving love, you give your time, you give your effort, you give everything you have, you give your emotional strength and power to other people, you have to receive as well. You have to learn that. Self love, self respect, self confidence, it all goes together. And you have to learn that and stop allowing people to use you. Stop allowing people to manipulate you. Stop allowing people to change your mindset. A lot of people who have that toxic mindset of where they just want to stay in one place for the rest of their life. And they did something when they were a teenager, and that's going to be their whole life, and they do not welcome change. They don't want to forgive. They want to be bitter and angry. And if you constantly hang around people who are like that, who never forgive, who are always gossiping about other people, we have to ask ourselves, when am I going to learn? When am I going to learn that I don't deserve that? I deserve better than that. You don't have to listen to people and their negativity, either on TV, in your family members, people who are supposed friends. Negativity is toxic and poisonous to you. It makes you feel discouraged. It makes you feel let down. It's just too much. Hi, Donnery. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing great. How are you? Yes, we have to learn from the past. We have to especially learn from mistakes, because it really won't be a mistake unless you change how you deal with that. Are you going to keep making the same mistakes? Are you going to keep allowing yourself to go back to whatever it was, because you're going to get the same thing? So mistakes, they expose our true feelings. Whatever it was that made you do the mistake, we have to look at the psychology behind why we do what we do. Why did you make this mistake? Is it because you didn't believe in yourself? Is it because you didn't love yourself and value yourself? You did not respect yourself? You have to go all the way into that as well, or you're going to keep making the same mistakes. If you don't change the attitude and what is behind the action, what caused you to be able to do what you do. And we have to also learn from red flags. So many times in life, there are so many red flags that causes, it's showing us something that's not good. It's telling you, look at this, red flags going off everywhere. A person could be lying to us, manipulating us, using us, and we're getting all those red flags, but you're not paying attention. So we have to learn to recognize a red flag. And when you see something that you don't like, you have to say, I don't like that. That's not good for me. That's not positive. That's not motivating. That's not going to help me to improve my life. We have to be on that foundation of loving ourselves that much that we have to recognize when people are trying to pull a wool over our eyes, when people are trying to use us or manipulate a situation or manipulate us. We have to learn from that as well. We can't keep being upset and angry about what other people do. At the root cause, we have to understand that we are accountable for what we allow, for people to treat us. We are responsible for that. You can't make people do right, but you don't have to continuously hang around those people. You can remove yourself from people who are toxic. You can remove yourself from toxic environments and situations, or just people who are not in line with what we want. Sometimes it's not even that a person is toxic. It could be that the person is just not in line with what we want. They're not helping us to be able to go where we want to go. They're holding you back from your progress. And some people do that. It's not because they are, they don't care about, we don't care about them and we don't love them, but we have to love ourselves enough to note that this person is not good for myself personally. It's not good for my emotional, mental, physical and spiritual health. Some people are just poisonous and toxic, and we have to learn that. We have to open up our eyes. And just because people are related to us by blood does not make them a good person in our life. Everybody cannot be your friend. And especially when it comes to family members, that doesn't mean that you have to tell them your business. We have to learn that as well. People have to earn our respect. You don't just give respect out, like water. People have to earn our respect by their actions, by the way they talk to us, the way they treat us. You can't keep hitting your head against the wall and expecting to get good benefits. If you keep making bad decisions, that's what you're going to receive. Thank you so much. Have a great day, Paula. Yes, we have to learn from the past. We have to learn from the past. And if we don't, we're going to just keep making the same mistake. And you have to learn also that we have to wake up. We have to wake up and we have to expose whatever it is. If you see problems in relationships, whether it be with friends, family members, romantic relationships, on the job, we have to reveal that. If there is a problem, if it's something that you have tried to fix, but it cannot be fixed, or it's gone beyond the point of it's hurting you, it's causing you pain and anguish, we have to learn from that we can't keep allowing toxic environments, toxic people to stay around us. If you continue to be around the toxic people, environment, or if you're striving to be something that you're not, how many people out there, they are, like a robot. They're doing and going along with everything just because everybody else is doing it. You don't have to be a follower. You can be a leader. Be a leader and stand up for what you believe in. If something is not right for you, you don't have to go along with what other people are doing and saying, or, be a stamp. You don't have to be a stamp of what other people are doing in their life and be a duplicate. You can be an original. Have different way of thinking. We can't keep expecting different results if you keep making the same mistakes. We have to make changes in our lives. And those changes are, we have to want better for ourselves. And I'm going to go back to the past. I'm going to go back to the past. Yes, Angela. That's so good that you did that. That's a good example of what most people are just afraid to do that. They, especially if it's the family members, but you have to realize that if you love yourself, you have to love yourself more than anyone else. And that means that I love myself enough to make good decisions. I love myself enough to be respected. Even if sometimes you have to walk through life sometimes by yourself sometimes. Sometimes we have to walk alone. There's going to be nobody to help us to get to where we want to go or what you want to do. And we have to learn that we have to fix ourselves first. And I say this all the time. If you are still talking about something from the past, that means you have not gotten over it. You have not healed from it. So we have to learn to heal from the past, or you're going to bring it into all your relationships. And I didn't realize that if something was hurting you from the past, and you have not dealt with it, you have not coped with it, you're going to bring it to every aspect of your life. Because when you don't have joy within yourself, when you have not forgiven, when you don't have peace, it's going to cause you to have all type of different problems, because you have to let things go. You have to. And if you don't, it's going to make you sick. I know so many people who have got physical ailments because of the stress of not, letting go. They have not let go of whoever hurt them. They're still talking about who did X, Y, and Z 20, 30 years ago. You have to forgive them. You have to let that go so you can move forward. You have to remove the toxic people. We have to learn that. And I also would say, what happened to you in your childhood? Things that maybe you had no control over. Don't beat up yourself for that. That's what happened from the past. That's the past. And now this is the present. And the decisions that you make right now is going to impact your future. So let go. Be at peace with what happened to you. And you have to acknowledge, yes, that's what happened to me. But today is a new day, and I deserve better for myself. And that means I'm going to let go of what happened to me. I'm going to let go of the situations, and I forgive them, not because they did right, but I'm going to forgive them because I'm going to maintain peace. It's not easy to get to that point in our life, because when someone hurts us, we want to be angry and we want to be bitter. We want revenge. We want to get back at people. But trust me, it's not worth all the stress that you're going to get. It's not worth it. Let go of all that stress. You deserve way better than that. Yes, Angela. We have to. We have to realize that we deserve better than being angry. We deserve better than being bitter. Yeah, you don't have to be mad. I wanted to do this stream because I wanted to say to so many people, when are you going to stop being angry? When are you going to stop being bitter and mad and nasty to other people? You have to understand that other people have nothing to do with your joy. People do not understand that. Nobody is in control of how joyful you can be but you. You have to make that decision no matter what it is that you're going through. You have to understand that you can be joyful in any situation. And I never used to understand how profound that is. It doesn't matter, you're going through a health problem, you're dealing with, your children, a spouse, or your significant other, you're having problems in your relationship, you're having a financial crisis, you're dealing with so many things, but it does not stop who you are inside. Circumstances do not define you. You define yourself. It took such a long time for me to realize that. And I want to give those nuggets to somebody else so that they don't have to constantly beat up themselves. You can't change what happened in your past. You cannot change that, but you have to release that and let it go. Stop being bitter. Stop being mad about the past. Stop bringing it up. Let it go, because we can't receive new things and better things into our lives if we're still holding things in our mind, in our heart. You have to be open and ready to receive love, to receive your blessings and your prosperity. You can't get prosperity and change. You can't receive that. You can't get prosperity and change if you keep. It's okay, Angela. I'll undo it. So we have to learn to let go of whatever is going on in our lives. We have to learn to let go of that, and we have to understand that our situation is not who we are. You are not your situation. We have to realize that no matter what is going on with us. Of course, Angela, feel better. We have to understand that we are not our situation. You're not a product of your situation. What happened to you is just a thing, it's a thought, it's a circumstance, but it's not who you are. We have to understand that it's not who you are. It doesn't matter what you've been through. You have to understand that no matter what it is that you have been through, you are something amazing. You have worth, you have value, you have meaning, and you are the one that has to choose to define that. You can't allow people to define who you are. You can't allow people to define your situation or the trajectory of your life. How far you go in your life, how much you succeed, your potential, all of that is your choice, your decision. It's your decision how happy you're going to be. It's your decision how much joy you're going to possess. It's your choice to have peace of mind. It's your choice to receive your blessings. But you have to stop being bitter. You have to stop being mad. You have to maintain peace as your portion. You have to know that you deserve that. And it's one other thing that I was going to share with you guys. And I'm going to pull it up in my notes here. Here we go. Go back to it. Let me go back to this. So we have to learn to let go of the past. And we have to learn to forgive. We must forgive. If we don't forgive, we're going to always be unhappy. And it's not worth it. So here are some tips for us to be able to let go of things from the past. So number one is we have to create a positive mantra or a positive saying, something to help us to counter the painful thoughts. So whatever it is that you have been through, you have to come up with something that's going to replace that pain. So you can't say, I can't believe this happened to me. Say, I am fortunate that I am able to find a new path in my life, one that is good for me. So instead of the negative, we have to replace that with a positive mantra that is going to help us to change our outlook towards the situation. And we have to create a physical distance. We have to create a distance between us and the problem. It can help us to be able to process it. So we have to also understand that we have to focus on ourselves. That is so important. When you make a choice to address the pain, the hurt, whatever it is that you have experienced or whatever it is that you have gone through, when you think about a person who caused you pain and you bring it back to your present, you have to focus on something that you're grateful for, something that you are possessing right here at that moment. And that way, you are not focused on what you're in, you're focused on what you have. We have to realize that when you stay in the present about what you have, when you walk in gratitude, when you have appreciation, when you can remind yourself of your blessings, that's what's going to help you to be able to cope with your situation. So we have to practice that mindfulness. When we start practicing being present, and our hurt is not going to have as much control over us. We're going to have that freedom and that peace, that we're going to allow ourselves to choose how we respond to our lives, to what's happening. And we have to learn to also be gentle with ourselves, to be patient with ourselves. Most of the time, our first response of letting go of a painful situation is to criticize ourselves. And we have to take some time to show ourselves some kindness and some compassion. We acknowledge what happened to us, but we have to tell ourselves that it's going to be okay, that you're going to get through this. A lot of times when we're going through a problem in our lives, we feel that we are the only one that have been through it. While we acknowledge our pain, we have to choose that it's maybe sometime we have to choose some time to acknowledge our pain, that to do something nice for ourselves, to spend some time in quiet so that we can be able to hear our own voice telling us what we need. Because sometimes in those quiet moments, that's when you learn those lessons of maybe I need more sleep, or maybe I'm not eating enough, or maybe I need to get back to doing some of the hobbies that I like, getting some exercise, being outside, doing something that we enjoy. That's going to help us to be able to continuously refuel and recharge. And we can't allow negative emotions to flow inside of us. We can't allow the negativity from whatever it is to impact us. So if you have the feelings of negative emotions, it's causing you to avoid everything because you don't want to worry. You're not alone. People are afraid of feelings such as grief, anger, disappointment, sadness. So instead of feeling them, people just try to shut them out, thinking that that will help them to let go, but it doesn't. Those negative emotions, uh, it doesn't help us. It actually hurts us even more. So we have to learn to let them go. We have to let them flow out of us. And it's a fight. You can get stuck in that process of feeling that you can't let go, but you can. But you have to allow yourself, give yourself the time to be able to do that. You have to give yourself the time, and we have to learn to be patient with ourselves. And we have to understand that if you have been through a pain, someone's hurt you, we have to accept that we're not going to always get an apology or what we need in order for us to cope with it. And we can't wait for that apology. It's going to slow down your process you're healing. You're allowing yourself to let go of it. So if you're experiencing a pain or a hurt, you have to take care of your own healing, which means accepting that the person who hurt you isn't going to apologize. So we also have to engage in self care behavior. And the more that we implement self care into our daily lives, the more empowered we are. So, from that space, our hurt doesn't feel overwhelming because we're taking time to regenerate and rejuvenate our spirit. That's so important because when we spend time in self care, is when we can focus on ourselves, give ourselves time to take a deep breath, time to relax our body, our mind, our thoughts. It's a healing for us. So we have to give ourselves time to heal from not only the problems and the situations in our life, but giving ourselves time to focus in on ourselves. Because when we do things to help us to look good, we feel good. Thank you so much, Donnery. And we have to also surround ourselves with people who fill us up. The simple must and most powerful thing that can help you through this is you have to surround yourself with people who fill you up. And we have to understand that part as well. You cannot expect people who are hurting you to help you. That's something impossible. If somebody is hurting you, they cannot help you. They're toxic to you. And we can't do life by ourselves. We can't expect ourselves to get through our hurt by ourselves either. It's so important to join a support group or be around people who listen to us, to encourage us, who respect us. That will help us to heal what we're going through. And we have to give ourselves permission to talk about it. If you're dealing with something painful, some type of situation, or somebody that hurt you, it's important to give yourself permission to talk about it. And that can be hard for some people because some people don't like to open up and talk about it because they feel embarrassed or they feel ashamed, but they don't want judgments. But talking it out is so important. And you should find a friend or a therapist, somebody who is patient enough and will accept it. And they will be willing to be your sounding board. They'll be there to listen to you. And sometimes we may not even be looking for a solution to what we have been through. We just want somebody just to listen to us, to hear without judgment. And that will give you a release of it being in your mind and your heart. And now you can experience that peace because you're not allowing that pain to stay inside of you. Because I'm telling you guys, if you always continuously bottle up your hurt, if you always bottle up your pain and you don't allow that pain to be released, it's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive you crazy. You have to release the problem, whatever anxiety, whatever hurt you have been through. You have to learn to let that go so that you can experience pain. Sometimes that may be the reason why you may be stuck in certain situations and you can't move forward in your life because you have not healed your mind, your heart, and your spirit from that. And we have to give ourselves permission to be able to allow us to let that go and talk to somebody. Therapy, getting it out, talking it out, joining a support group is all important. If that's what you need, whatever it is that you need, that's what you need. Don't worry about what other people think about you going to therapy or you needing to talk to somebody or something like that. Give yourself that permission because you deserve peace. You deserve that. And it's time for you to move on. And we have to seek some professional help. Sometimes we just need to get some help from somebody who is outside of our circle, outside of our group, outside of our family, because sometimes in our families, it's not a safe haven for us to be able to open up our mind and our heart and tell what we're going through without getting judgments, because family members can be the most judgmental people on the planet. Family members can judge us, talk about us behind our back, and not support us. So sometimes we have to go to the outside. We have to go to somebody else on the outside instead of keeping it with our family and trying to tell somebody. The problem with it is that we're looking to our family member who is not in maybe a good place. Maybe they could be toxic themselves. So we are going to somebody who's toxic, seeking some help when they themselves need help. We have to understand that as well. Not everybody can help you through your problem. Not everybody can help you through your difficulty. And we have to learn that. It's okay. We have to acknowledge that not this person is not going to be the one that I can talk to about this, that, and the other thing. We have to find the right people and also the right circumstance. Even if you have somebody that you can trust to be able to listen to you about whatever it is that you have been through, we have to also understand that we have to choose the right time. Timing is everything in life. Timing is everything, and we have to speak to people when it's a good time. That's how people will listen to you. If somebody just got off work or somebody is upset, that's not a good time to bring up something that you want to discuss with them, or if you need to get something off your mind and your heart. We have to speak to people when they're ready to receive it, not just when we are ready to receive whatever it is that we have gone through. We have to respect other people's time. We have to respect other people's opinion. And that's all part of personal growth, understanding that other people have problems too. Other people have different situations. We have to respect other people so that we can be respected as well. Respect goes two ways, it's not a one sided road. It's not. It's not a one sided road, and we have to understand that as well. It's not one sided. So we have to value and respect other people. All of that is a learning process. It's not easy to respect other people, especially sometimes if people have different ways of thinking. Maybe you don't like a person's personality, maybe you don't like the way they treat other people. It's hard to respect people who are different from us, but everybody is a different person. Everybody has been through different situations and circumstances, but we have to respect other people's time. We have to respect other people's different thoughts and opinions. Everyone has something that they can teach us. And that's something that I had to learn as well, that we can learn from everybody, good or bad. We always are learning. We're always learning. We're in a constant journey and process in our life. We're always learning what we can do, who we can be, but it's always up to us. It's up to us how what we're going to do with that information. Once we know who we are, we have to make a choice now to let go, to forgive, to heal. It's up to us how we're going to benefit our lives. Are you going to benefit? And what are you going to take from it? How are you going to grow? Are you going to be a better person? Because at the end of the day, we can choose to either be bitter or we can choose to be better. And I choose to be better. I hope you choose being better as your portion. You deserve better for your life. You deserve to be better. You deserve to be around people to make you be better, to improve your life. People who can always seek to uplift you. And sometimes that means that we have to distance ourselves from people who are not causing us to be better, because they're the type of people who are going through situations where they're just taking, or they're just toxic and they're not good for us to be around. So after you're around the right people, now you can be uplifted. Now you can be encouraged. Now you can feel good about yourself. Because if you're not around people who listen to you, who respect you, who support you, who want to understand, and I had to learn that as well. Somebody who understands you doesn't mean that they agree with you. You can have people in your life and you can have two completely different sources of thinking, two completely different ways of thinking, but you both respect each other. You respect each other's thoughts, you respect each other's opinions. And that's the way that you both can grow together. You can grow together emotionally, mentally, and spiritually when you respect other people's opinions and you respect other people's time and thoughts. And it goes both ways. In order for us to be respected, we have to respect other people as well. You can't demand what you're not giving. You can't demand what you're not giving. You have to give people respect in order to receive it. And in the same instance, if people aren't respecting you, you have to learn to distance yourself from those people. You can't keep playing in the mud and expecting to not get dirty. Everything that you do in your life, every situation, every circumstances, every problem, everything that you go through in your life, is all about choices and your way of thinking towards those choices. What do you think about what you're going through? Everything is your thinking, your mindset, your attitude, your outlook towards it. You can choose to be better or you can choose to be bitter. And so many people have not learned that lesson, that life doesn't owe you anything. Life doesn't owe us anything. It's us that has to choose to change what we don't like. We have to be accountable for that part. Yes, things can happen to you in your life, but what are you choosing to change? We have to choose to make changes in what we don't like. If you keep things the same, that's what you're going to receive. You're only going to get out of life what you put into it. So, what are you putting into your life in order for your life to improve, for your life to get better? If we want better, we have to do better. And sometimes that's hard because we have to be accountable. We can't be lazy. And I know that for myself as well. So many times I want to do something for my life. We can talk the good talk about what we want to do and who we want to be. But when it comes down to it, are we doing what we expect? Are we being accountable to for our actions, or are we making excuses? We have to stop making excuses about what we are going through. We have to stop making excuses. Nobody can do or be anything for us. We have to do and be what we want. You have to be the change that you want to see in your life. Yes, it's nice to get support from other people, but anything that is not happening right for you, you have to make a change. You have to do better. And so many people out there don't want to do better. They just want to make excuses or they just want to blame other people. So, what can you take away from this? To let go of the past hurts, you need to make a conscious decision to take control of your situation. That means you have to be accountable. And this takes time and practice. Just like it took you so long for all of the situations, all the problems, everything that has happened to your in your life, you have to now be accountable and speak it over your life. I'm going to fix myself. I'm going to heal what is not right. I'm going to let go of the hurt. I'm going to let go of the pain. I'm going to forgive. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to respect myself. I respect other people's time and thinking, but I cannot allow other people's views of me to change what I want to do in my life. Even if you have to walk alone in your life, even if other people do not support what you want to do, all of that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who supports you, but it matters what you do to make yourself happy. What are you doing? Are you being accountable for that? Or are you making excuses and blaming other people for what you don't have and what you don't want? That's a hard thing because most of us, we want to blame other people when things aren't going right. It's not easy to accept responsibility and accept that I need to make changes. I need to do better for myself. I need to do whatever it takes for me to be able to achieve the goal that I want, whatever I want to achieve. So when we learn to be accountable for our actions, when we learn to trust in our process, that sometimes you're going to fall down, sometimes things aren't going to go right for you, sometimes everything will go wrong, but it's okay. As long as you get up and you try again. You don't continuously just stay down, keep beating up yourself, blaming other people. No, you're going to get up and you're going to do whatever it takes. And that's something that we have to learn. It takes a strong man or it takes a strong woman that is able to look at the mirror and see what they need to do to make changes. And we have to do that for ourselves. Nobody can do that for us. We have to do it for ourselves. Nobody can make your life be what you want it to be but you. Remember that. You are in the driver's seat of your life. Whatever is not working for you, change it. Whatever you don't like, fix it. Whoever you is not helping you to benefit in your life, remove them. We have to be accountable for those parts. People only want to make excuses and blame and wallow in self pity and doubt and fear and make excuses for what is not happening. Whatever is not happening, we have to be accountable. We have to take accountability for that part and say, okay, this is not working how I want it to work. But now what am I going to do? How can I improve and make things better for me? We have to take accountability for that part, for what you don't have, what you want to change. Now you have to do what it takes to make those changes, to change those circumstances. Now we have to understand that part. If you are like me, growing up, you blame other people. You blame other people for what's not right. You blame your mom, your dad, your uncle, your brothers, cousins, everybody else but you. And at a certain point, we have to understand that If you want something, you have to get it. You have to get it. Nobody can give it to you. You can't take what somebody else has. And I see that all the time. People take other people's ideas and try to use it. But if that's not for you, it will not succeed. You have to walk in the lane of what is for you. And you know what that is. You know what you need to do. You know what makes you happy. You know what makes you fulfilled. If you wake up in the morning and the first thought in your mind is a certain thing, that's what you should be doing. You have to do what fulfills you on the inside so you can be happy on the outside. See, a smile starts from the inside out, and we have to learn that you can receive more joy if you are more accountable, if you're working in line with what is going to benefit you and make you happy. And nobody can do that for you but you. You can't blame other people for whatever circumstances, whatever problems. We have to learn to be accountable as adults. As an adult, you are accountable for your own action. Nobody can make you do anything. Nobody can make you be successful. You have to be able to choose to be successful. You have to choose that. Nobody can make you successful. You have to make yourself successful. And it all starts with the decision that you make in choosing joy, choosing happiness, choosing peace of mind, choosing forgiveness, choosing self respect. You have to demand that. I demand respect. I demand to be joyful. I demand to be successful at whatever it is that I want to do. You have to demand that and make the decisions that are in line with that so that you can be in line with your self fulfillment because nobody can fulfill you. And I see this a lot, especially parents. They seek to, make their children happy, or people who are married, they seek to make their spouse happy. Or in families, they seek to make their family members happy, but they never take the time to make themselves happy. When are you going to learn that? When are you going to learn that you have to be happy first in order for you to be fulfilled, in order for you to achieve what you want? See, success can only come when you are in a place where you are ready to receive it. No matter how many times you try to do something, if you are still holding pain, if you're still holding resentment and anger, it's not going to work. You have to allow yourself the time and the room for growth. I'll say it again. We have to allow ourselves the room and the time for personal growth. You have to be in that space where I am ready. You have had that conversation with yourself and told yourself, I am ready to grow. I am ready to improve. I am ready to be a success. Now I'm going to do whatever it takes in order for me to achieve that. Do whatever it takes in order for you to achieve your happiness. Nobody can give you that. You have to be ready for that. So do what it takes in order for you to be able to receive it. Receive your blessing and stop blocking it. Stop blocking it by asking other people permission. You don't need anybody else's permission for you to succeed. As long as it's what you want, it makes you happy, it brings you joy, then that's what you should be doing. Don't seek others' approval. At the end of the day, you have to be happy with the decisions that you make. You have to be happy with that. You have to be accountable for that. You can't blame anybody for how your life is right now. Your life is only going to be as joyful as you allow. And there is always boundless and endless room for your growth, for your happiness, for your potential. But you have to put it out there. And I will say, go and mentor somebody who is already successful in doing whatever it is that you want to do. We have to learn from others. It's a community, but you have to tap into the right people. Find yourself the right people. If you are around people who are not supportive, they're not understanding, they don't care, and actually sometimes even maybe people, they hate you. They hate you because you are seeking to improve. People hate change. People hate to see other people doing good things. And that's okay. It's okay. And you have to learn to let go of those type of people. People who are negative, people who doubt you all the time, people who talk about you behind your back. You have to learn to stop being around people who are bringing you down. Anybody who is bringing you down, bringing negativity into your life, bringing hurt, causing you pain, disrupting your spirit, making you feel weak. They drain everything from you emotionally, financially, spiritually, physically. They and take until you have nothing left inside. You got to remove yourself from those type of people. You're not going to achieve your higher level, your achievement, your success, your bounty, your blessings if you continuously allow yourself to be around those type of people. Hey Robert, good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, we have to allow ourselves, we have to give ourselves room. You have to give yourself room to grow. Give yourself room to grow. Give yourself, allow yourself, give yourself the ability to be able to have that peace of mind, to be able to respect yourself, to know that you deserve better for your life. You have to understand that part too. Understand that part too. Hey, Lala. Hey, Joy. Happy Friday. Thank you guys so much for coming. We have to allow ourselves room to grow, room to have peace of mind. We have to allow ourselves the room to be able to benefit. You have to want to benefit from your life. Nobody can make you benefit. Nobody can make you be better, but you have to want that. And that means being accountable for your action. Be accountable for your action. Be accountable and stop blaming other people. You can't blame other people if you're on a diet and saying it's your fault, their fault that you're gaining weight. You're the one that chose to take the food and eat it. You're the one that is making the choice to be angry. You're the one that's choosing to be bitter. You're the one that is choosing to not forgive. And we have to learn that part as well. If we want to heal, if we want to improve, if we want to receive love, we have to be in a place in our mind, in our heart, in our spirit when we're ready to receive that. God is not going to give you something until you're ready. And you may not be ready. You have to heal your heart. You have to heal your mind, heal your spirit, be open and ready to receive what is ready for you, what is available for you. We have to take accountability for that part. So many times we want things in our life. We want to progress. We want to do better. We want to be better. But we are not willing to make the changes. We have to be willing to make changes in our life. We have to be ready. We have to be open and be at a place in our life where we're ready to receive. Sometimes because of the situations that we have been through in our lives, we're just bitter. When are we going to stop being bitter? When are we going to stop allowing the past to control our present? You can't allow the past to control your present. Throw that behind you. Let it go. Give it to God. It's not yours anymore. It's not your possession. Don't worry about what other people think. Remember, what other people think of you is none of your business. It does not matter what other people think about you. You just go and be great. You go and be successful. You go and be happy. But in order to do that, you have to be in a point in your life where you're ready to receive that. You have to be ready to receive that. You have to be ready to receive your blessings. So many times in life, we say we want certain things, but you are not lining up with what you want. You have to be in alignment and ready to be able to receive certain things. And you have to be ready to let go of certain things. Certain people cannot go with you on your journey where you're going. I'll say it again. Certain people cannot be with you on your journey where you're going. Where you're going is a place that God has for you. Where He has for you, nobody can get it but you because it was given to you and is for you. We have to stop wanting to take every single person with us. Everybody is not supposed to be for us and with us in certain circumstances. Some walks you have to walk alone. You have to walk certain walks alone. Learn that and know that. Some things is a lesson for you to learn. It's a lesson for you to become. It's a lesson for you to grow into something. Grow into your blessing. And once you let go, once you respect yourself, respect your time, respect your thoughts, respect your potential, know that and receive that. Know that you have potential and you have to speak that over your life. I have potential. I can do anything that I want to do. I am ready for this. So receive it. Go out and make those good decisions. Surround yourself with the people who are doing what you want to do. People who will support you, people who will give you good insights. That's who you surround yourself by. I'm so tired of people making excuses because they're not getting something that they want. At the end of the day, you have to be accountable for what's not working. If it's not working, fix it. Fix it. Do not blame anybody else. Stop being mad because of what happened in your past. Let go of that and move forward and be who you're supposed to be. Do what you need to do in order to make it happen. If you want something to happen for you, do what it takes to make it happen and be successful. You know what you need to do. But a lot of times we make excuses. We blame other people. But excuses doesn't amount to success. Successful people do whatever it takes in order for them to be able to achieve whatever it is that they want. Look at the successful people in this world. They didn't just fall into it. They failed so many times. And we have to learn also um to be happy with where we have failed. Sometimes in those failures, you're learning exactly what you need to do to be successful. Because when you fall down, You learn, okay, maybe I should not have done that. Maybe I need to do this or do that. We have to look at every situation, every obstacle. We have to look at it as an opportunity. Everything in your life that you have been through, everything that has hurt you, everything that has caused you pain is setting you up for your blessing. Everything, everything that you have gone through is setting you up for your blessing. Receive that. Nothing that you have gone through for nothing. Everything you have gone through is to teach, to heal, to fortify, to strengthen, to build your foundation strong. When your foundation is strong, you're going to be ready. Whatever comes and builds on top of that strong foundation, you will be ready. You will be ready to achieve. You will be ready for whatever comes at you because you're strong, because you're mighty, because you can do anything that you want to do. And you have to receive that. And until you get into a place where you have that knowledge, you believe in yourself. See, the problem with most people is they don't believe in themselves enough. They doubt. They doubt everything in their life. They doubt that they can be able to have a certain amount of money. They doubt that they can be able to do something that maybe nobody else has done. They doubt, they doubt, they doubt everything in their life. They doubt, can I do something that's new? Maybe it's something that has not even been invented. Go and do that and be it. Somebody has to be the first at something. And why not it be you? It should be you. Don't listen to people who are always discouraging you. Remove yourself from those type of people. You don't need that type of negativity. You don't need that kind of toxicity. You're on a forward plane. You're looking for opportunities. And we have to turn our obstacles into opportunities. Whatever obstacle you're facing, whatever it is that you're dealing with, whatever you're fighting with, it's helping you. Look at it that way. Whatever it is that you're struggling with today, whatever you struggled with from the past, it's making you into who you need to be when you step into the future. And now you can look back. You can look back and teach somebody else. I was there. I've been through a hard road. Remember that whatever it is that you want to receive, it's not going to be easy. Success doesn't come in the easy, in being comfortable. And we have to understand that too. We have to get uncomfortable sometimes in order to get comfortable. You can't just seek a life of ease. You can't just always think things are going to happen 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Sometimes you're going to have to overwork yourself. You're going to have to work hard. You're going to have to be exhausted. You're going to have to lose everything sometimes. Sometimes you may even go bankrupt trying to achieve a dream. But don't give up. Don't give up. It's not how many times you fall down, but it's how many times you get up. Get up again. Put some fire underneath yourself and keep going. Keep going. Most of the time, people who stop a race, stop their dream, stop having a zeal and a fire for what they want to do because they start listening to people who have nothing. When are we going to learn that? If you always are around people who never have a dollar, how much dollars are you going to have? Remember, who you surround yourself by is who you are. So if you always hang around people who don't have anything, that's what you're going to be. We have to change our outlook. We have to change our thinking. We have to choose who we surround ourselves by. We have to choose who we are going to be entertained by. Not everything is good for us. Not every person is good for us. Not every person is going to support us. People can't support what they don't understand because it's not their vision. It's not their dream. It's yours. Stop looking for people to support you that have already shown you that they don't care to. It's time we understand that. We're always looking to other people to support, and they're showing you already they don't care to. They don't want to. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to support you mainly because they don't care either for you, for your dream. They don't think that you can do it. And because they themselves are not doing anything. See, people don't want to support you if they're not doing anything with their life, if they're not trying something new, if they're not trying to step outside of the box, if they don't want better for themselves, or they're not working on themselves, they don't want to improve, they don't want to be a better quality woman or man. See, you have to want better to do better. And most people don't want to do what it takes. That's the point. People don't want to do what it takes to be successful. People don't want to do what it takes to be successful. They want to ride on the coattails of other people. They want to use your dream. They want to copy, mimic exactly what you're doing because they're too lazy to try something on their own. They don't want to improve. They don't want to be better. They want to be lazy. Good morning, Patricia. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. People don't want better. They don't want to do better. They just want to stay in the mundane. They want to stay in the ordinary. They don't want improvement in their life. They don't want to try anything. And sometimes because you're trying something, because you're doing better, because maybe your financial situation is improving, because you have a business, because you're smart, because you have distanced yourself from them. They don't want they don't want to be around that because they're not in that lane, they're not in that zone. And we have to learn that everybody who is around us is not somebody that is good for us. That's a really important life lesson that I wish more people would teach from childhood. Teach your children that. Not everybody who comes around you and smiles in your face is meant to be on your team, especially family. Not everybody who comes around is there to support you, to understand you. Hey, Team Gravely. Happy Friday. How are you? Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you being here. And thank you to everybody in the chat who is here hanging out with me on this Friday. Yes, guys, not everybody who is hanging around you, not everybody who is related to you by blood. Just because somebody is related to you by blood, it does not mean that they benefit you, that they want the best for you. Listen and understand that. Learn that lesson. Just because somebody is your family doesn't mean that they're your friend, doesn't mean that they support you, doesn't mean they want the best for you. Sometimes those are the main people who are cutthroat, wicked, evil, mean, gossipers, backbiters. They cause you the most pain in your life. They are the most toxic type of people. Listen to that and know that. They are so toxic. Stop being around people who are toxic to you. People who beat you down. People who take. People who hurt. People who don't want the best for you. They don't want the best for you. They don't want the best for you. So why are you around people who don't want the best for you? Why would you want to be around people who are negative? Why would you want be around people who don't support you? They've already shown that they don't want to support you. They've already shown. They've already shown you. They keep showing you. It's like the red flags. The writing is on the wall. They're already telling you. They don't care about you. And even sometimes family members, they hate you with a capital H. They hate you. They hate everything about you, especially when you have pulled yourself out of negative thinking. Some people don't like the positive thinking. They don't like when you're trying to heal and improve and do better and be better and want better for yourself and want to change your circumstances and have better and try new things, and you're looking for new opportunities, and you are a beacon of change, and you are surrounding yourself with positive light, energy sources, and good vibes. People don't like that because they're not in a place in their life where they want that. They don't want better. They don't want to do better. They're not seeking to improve. They don't want change. See, that's the thing. And you have to learn that you can't change people. You can't make people want to do better and to be there for you and support you. You can't make people do anything. Even sometimes we can't make ourselves do things. So, how do you think you can cause other people to support you, understand you, respect you? Either they do or they don't. And we have to open our eyes to that. Stop allowing people to use you, stop allowing people to manipulate you. People who talk about you behind your back, the backbiters, the haters, the negative people. Distance yourself from those people. Hi, Mr. D and Miss B's World. Thank you so much for coming. Happy Friday to you. Yes, Lala, so negative. So many people are so negative. They're so toxic. And that's why it's so important for us to not tell everybody your hopes, your thoughts, and your dreams. We have to understand that that's something so precious. Your thoughts, your aspirations, your goals, especially private things that are deep down within you. You can't tell everybody everything that you have gone through and your circumstances unless you're in agreement, you're in a growth process, you're trying to grow, both of you are in that line of thinking, that type of vibration where you're trying to heal from the past and you're working to benefit your future. We have to stop allowing ourselves to be around people who are poisonous. They're poisonous, they're toxic. They're just takers and users, manipulators. You can't change them. Yes, sometimes your relatives hate on you the most. And it's because those relatives, they hate on you, especially if you're a person who smiles, especially if you're a person who has made changes, you have achieved some successes in your life, you're trying new things, maybe you're traveling, maybe you have more money in the bank than they do, maybe because you made better decisions than they did. People don't like that. People don't like when you have changed your thinking. Maybe you used to be negative. Maybe you used to talk about people behind their back and gossip and all of that. But now you have improved. Now you have matured. Now you respect yourself. Just because you did something for a long time, it does not mean that you have to continue it. If something is not benefiting you, it's not making you feel good about yourself, change it. Change your thinking. Change your attitude. Change your circumstances. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is to move away from those type of people. Get a whole different set of people around you, people who don't know you, and you're going to see how you can just take off. You can just take off like a rocket. Sometimes you have to change your circumstances in order for you to change your thinking, because once you remove yourself from that toxic environment, now you can do what you need to, because you don't have all those people looking and making judgments and pointing fingers. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yes, Lala, exactly. We have to stop accepting the negative. You don't have to accept the negative people, the negative thinking. And I'm going to talk about this for a moment. I don't know how many people out there, but I know I was one of them, that I grew up as a child not being fed, positivity, um, put into my mind that I was smart and able and worthy and capable and strong and all of those things. But I'm telling you that even if you were not fed that as a child, right here today in this present moment, you can make a mind shift, uh, change your whole way of thinking, and be ready to receive that you are worthy. I am worthy. I can benefit other people. I can live a prosperous life. Anything that I want to do, I can do, because I'm able and capable, strong and worthy. I can be a good example to others because I can be capable. I can be capable and accountable for my actions. See, that's where it starts most of the time, everyone. We have to learn to be accountable for what we can change. And most people do not want to be accountable. They want to point fingers and blame other people for what they don't have, for what they don't want to do, when the problem really is us. It's us ourselves. And we have to learn to look in the mirror at ourselves. We have to learn that it's learned, being responsible for ourselves. And it's not easy. It's not easy to take on that. That's a hard and heavy weight, to look at ourselves in the mirror and say, this is not good. I need to do better. I need to improve myself. I need to be more patient. I need to be more kind. And we have to understand that when we learn to be more patient, we learn to be kind, not only to ourselves, but to others, we grow. We lose dead weight of holding things. We have to learn to accept what we can change and let go of what we can't. If you can't change something, let it go. Let go of what you can't change. You can't change people. You can't change things. Sometimes you may not be able to change your circumstances, maybe because of your finances, maybe because of your health, but you can always change your thinking. You can always change your attitude. You can always change your outlook to what you want. It can change your personal growth potential immediately. Immediately, you can change the trajectory of your life. Immediately. When you know that you deserve better, I deserve better. I deserve to be happy because I'm worthy. I'm worthy and deserving of it all. I'm deserving of the change. I'm deserving of the overflow and abundance, because I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my success, To get your success, remember, it's not about your situation, it's your attitude and your outlook and what you're willing to do in order to achieve it. Most people will not be honest with themselves. They won't be honest with themselves enough to say, I need to do more. I'm being too lazy. I need to make some changes. I need to put in more effort. I need to try more. There you go. Applaud yourself in that. The first step is acceptance. And we have to accept what's not working. Don't be mad because things aren't working. Don't be mad. Don't be angry. Don't be bitter. Don't want what somebody else has. Want what you are going to step into. Want what's best for you. You have to want what's best for you, not what your family wants, not what friends want, not because of what other people get. That we can see the external things. We have to learn that we have to heal ourselves inwardly before we can fix our mindset, because our body is going to follow what we are thinking. When we fix all of that, when we fix our outlook, how we view ourselves, when we accept and receive who we are, what we have been through, we love ourselves. We have strong self-worth. We respect ourselves. We don't allow other people to treat us any kind of way. You can't allow people to talk to you any kind of way, even if it's your family. Even if it's a friend, even on the job, all aspects of your life respect you. And you have to set those standards. Remember, in all relationships, you have to set boundaries. In all relationships, you must set boundaries. Because if you don't, people won't know how to receive you, how to treat you. You have to tell people, this is what I accept. And if you don't treat me this way, I'm going to start putting some distance between you and I. Respect is earned, and it's never too late to make changes. All the time I say that, even with some of my clients, I tell them, you could be 70 years old, 80 years old. If you want to do something, the only person that is stopping you from your progress is you. The only one. It doesn't matter what anybody says. If you want to do something, then do it. Don't make excuses. Don't be lazy. Be accountable. Love yourself. Love yourself enough to be accountable. Say, this is what I'm going to do. Make that schedule, stick with it, have good time management, surround yourself with supportive and encouraging people, and heal. Heal from the past, heal from the pain, heal from the situations. Uplift and encourage yourself. I just want to speak on that for a while. We have to encourage ourselves. We have to not look to the outside. And I know that this is speaking to somebody today. We always look to other people to define our worth, to define what we should be doing in our lives. We look to other people, we compare ourselves to other people, and we have to stop doing that. You're not like anybody else. You're yourself. You are yourself. You're not anybody else, and you don't need to be anybody else. And you don't need to compare yourself to anybody else. And it's not fair. Don't do that to yourself. Don't want to be like somebody else. Be the best version of yourself. You just go ahead and be fabulous. You go ahead and be excellent because you deserve that. You deserve to receive love. You deserve to be respected. You deserve to do whatever it is that you want to do. Whatever you want to achieve, you can do it, but you got to put in the work. Put in the work and make it happen. And I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. You can't be lazy. You can't want what somebody else has. You have to want what you have. You have to want what you have. What is for you? You have to want what is good for you. Nobody can take away what is for you but you. You have to fix your mindset. You have to fix your way of thinking towards a situation. Hi, Karen. Happy Friday. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming. Hi, Kim. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you guys being here. Yes, you have to be accountable for yourself. Whatever is not working, fix it. Fix it. Don't blame other people. Don't make excuses. Have good time management and work on you. You know, the more that you love yourself, the more you respect yourself, the more you spend time by yourself in your thoughts, working about what you want, getting it clear, accurate. If you cannot picture yourself, if you can't visualize it in your mind, doing and being what you want, your goal is not accurate enough. You have to be specific. Hey, Rico. Good morning. Happy Friday. You have to be specific. Be specific. You can't just say, I want to do something. You can't say that. You have to say how you're going to do it, why you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. Have that fire. What do you want to do? Do you believe in it? How are you going to do it? Now make it happen. That's all. Make it happen. Whatever you want to do and achieve in your life, make it happen. And stop making excuses. Stop blaming other people. You have to be accountable for you. You have to be accountable for yourself. Anything that is not working, fix it. Anything that is not right, fix it. Any people who aren't helping you and healing you, I felt that in my spirit. If they're not helping you and healing you, remove them. Only have people in your life that are supportive, encouraging, motivating. That's what you need. If you don't have that, you don't have to answer those phone calls, those text messages. You don't have to watch that negativity on social media, TV, everything else. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's dreams. What is your dream is your dream. That's not yours. That's not meant to be for you. What is meant to be for you will be. But you have to make that decision to make it happen, to do what it takes to achieve your success. Your success is knocking at the door, it's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. But what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Are you going to do what it takes? Are you? See, that's usually the problem. Most people don't want to do what it takes. And I've seen it all the time in the physical health. They want to eat what they want. They want to do what they want, and they want to have a six-pack abs. Or they want to be able to have this certain amount of money, but they won't stop wasting their money on things to be able to do things. Or they want to eliminate their debt, but they keep running up and getting things that they can't afford, trying to keep up with the Joneses. When are we going to learn to be accountable for our actions? When are we going to be satisfied with who we are? Knowing that we deserve better and we deserve the best. What's best for us? What is best for you? Because what may be good for somebody else may not be good for you. What may be good for somebody else may not be good for you. Receive that. What is meant for you is meant for you. So go ahead and do and be what is good for you. Don't make yourself miserable by comparing. You don't know what that person had to do in order to get what they had. They may have done something underhanded in order to get it. You never know. Yes, Robert, you got to have the fire. You can't just say what you're about. You have to just be about it. You can't just say, I'm going to do. It's always the gonnas and I want to, or maybe, or the some days. No. And that's why I say it's so important all the time to walk in silence. Walk in silence. You don't have to tell everybody what you want to do. Walk in silence. After you achieve it, then share it. Then share it after you've achieved. And some people will think that it's boasting when you achieve. But people don't know all the nights that you were thinking about it, when you were tweaking your dreams and your goals, when you put in all the overtime and burned the midnight oil in order to achieve something. And then somebody just comes along and tries to take your dream. But don't worry about people who try to do and be like you or try to take what you have, because nobody can stop what God has started. Nobody can stop. When God blesses you, he blesses you. If he's giving you something, you need to go with that, and you need to be that. And I know a lot of times the fear and the doubt, and we wonder how and why, and how can I do it, and I don't understand why I should do it, and I'm afraid, and nobody supports me. The excuses, they come flowing in. Yeah. That's right, Rico. Yeah, exactly, Robert. You look at other people. You look at other people and you say, oh man, look at what they have. You know, some people, you look at their life and you say, wow, they really have it together. But you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know their pain. You don't know all the problems that they may have. So don't try to be like anybody else. Don't want what somebody else has. Want what is for you. Want what is in line with your forward progress and movement and inner peace. Move in line with that. That's right, Kim. Yeah, you're right, Karen. We have to work in line with our goals, because that's just what it will be at the end of the day. It will just be a goal if you don't do anything with it. Have you made a plan? How are you going to do it? And you have to understand, if there's not a fire behind why you do it, you have to get very crystal clear about your why. Why do you want to do what it is that you want to do? Why? Clearly define that. Write it down. Put it in your phone. Put it on your refrigerator. When you look at things, you read it, you reinforce it in your mind. This is why. Then work on your how and get very specific about that. What is your timeline? How long is it going to take you to be able to get there? Have goals along the way. Don't just have one big goal. Have a weekly, a monthly, 6 months, a year, 5 year, 10 year. Have your plan together. When you are crystal clear about your how, what, when, and why, there is no way you cannot succeed and achieve. Get your plans together. Do whatever it is that you want to do, because you can do it. Even if nobody believes in your dreams, trust me, there's somebody out there that needs for you to be able to do whatever it is that you're about to do. They need that. They need you. Believe in yourself. Keep working on your goals and remove fear and doubt. Remove it, because it's an enemy. We have to remove that evil, negative thinking and move towards a progressive, the progress, the peace of mind, the respect, and the self-love. We have to continuously, it's a constant journey every single day to keep working on ourselves, to keep working on what we want to do. But you can do it. Even if nobody else believes in your dream, you don't stop. You don't give up. You stay motivated. You fortify your mind. Fortify your mind with positive thinking. Fortify it. I can. I will. I am. Achieve and believe. Remember, your circumstance is not who you are. If you're not where you want to be, you will be. But you have to work in line to make the changes. Work in line with the change. Yes, you have to believe in yourself before anybody will. That's definite, Robert. If you don't know who you are, you don't know where you're going, you can't allow anybody to define who you are and what you want to do. You have to define that. You have to define yourself, and you have to love yourself no matter where you are in your journey of self-love and self-worth. We can always love ourselves more. We can always respect ourselves more. We can always work on improving who we are as a person, as a man, as a woman. We can always seek to improve, to grow to a higher potential, a higher enlightenment, a higher level of peace of mind. We all deserve more peace. We all deserve more peace. Love yourself, everybody. Love yourself. And never stop believing. Never stop believing in yourself. Never stop believing in your dreams. Never give up. Never. Even if nobody believes in your dreams, you believe in your dreams. You make it happen. You be successful. Just because somebody else doesn't believe in your hopes and your dreams doesn't mean it won't happen. You don't need anybody to believe in your dreams. The only one that you need to convince is you. Convince yourself and then go out and do it. Convince yourself, then go out and do it. Yes, Kim, and fear will stop you in your tracks if you meditate on that too long. One of the things that I like to do when I face fear is acknowledge it. It's important to acknowledge it. Say, fear, I see you. Fear, I feel you. But you have no place here. I remove you and I rebuke you. There's no place for you here. I dismiss you and I'm going to continue. Just because you're afraid doesn't mean it should stop you. Push past your fear. We have to remember that you have to get uncomfortable sometimes to get comfortable. So it's when you move past that, when you try something new, you learn something, and that will help you with your self-esteem as well, because you'll say, I was afraid and I did it anyways, and I did that. And we have to also learn to celebrate ourselves. Learn to celebrate yourself when you achieve something, when you try something. It doesn't matter how small it is, whatever it is that you have overcome, whatever it is, maybe that's something that maybe it's not a big deal for somebody else, but it's a big deal for you. Celebrate yourself. Encourage yourself and tell yourself, I'm so proud of you. You're doing so good. I believe in you and I love you. Remember to tell yourself that every day. I believe in you. I love you. You are worthy. You deserve respect. You can make any changes that you want to. And just because something is hard doesn't mean it's impossible. Just because something is hard does not make it impossible. Receive that and know it. Well, guys, I just wanted to give you guys this encouragement today. I thank you all so much for coming. Happy Friday to everybody. Remember, learn patience, self-control, respect, understanding, benefit yourself, step outside of the comfort and get uncomfortable so you can grab on hold to success. I'm Marlene, and I am the content creator for Living Your Best Life. And on this channel, I have positive, motivating, and encouraging videos, story times, relationship Thursdays, vlogs, doses of positivity. And on Sunday, I have the Sunday talk show at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I welcome you to come to that. And tomorrow is going to be the Healing Your Relationship Conference that will be starting at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, starting at KC Detox Diva, followed by Be Amazing Sylvia, Boss Life Online, myself, Ruth of You Can Talk Your Way to Healthier Relationships, Pandy's Hair Candy and More, Really TT, I am Tracy Lee, and then I will be ending it at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you guys will be there. Turn on your reminder bells, and I will see you guys in the morning at the Healing Your Relationship Conference. Everyone have a great day. Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself. Thank you guys so much for coming. Love and blessings, and receive that peace, guys.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it.